Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily. The word went out of my head. You get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. It's the Wednesday night show. Finally, we got some news, Habs news, that Logan Mailloux was finally cleared by Gary Bettman and the NHL to play if he makes the team next season, which I don't think he will, but he'll be in the preseason games and he'll be in the rookie tournament in Buffalo. So we'll get a look at him in a Habs uniform in an actual game, and that's something. So we're going to talk about that, I guess, tonight. I'm just looking at what I got here. There's a couple of signings in the league. Toronto, Toronto Maple Leafs re-signed Austin Matthews to $13.25 million. That's the AAV. And, of course, Austin Matthews couldn't commit to the team the full amount and signed only for 4 years, which kind of means, if he's not greedy, I don't know who is. In 4 years, he negotiates an even bigger contract for any team that's stupid enough to sign a guy that doesn't show up for the playoffs and can't win. But, hey, that's Toronto for you. So there's that news. We can talk about that. Alexis Lafreniere re-signed with the New York Rangers as well. A bridge deal, 2 years, $2.325 million AAV. So he's off the table. So we don't have to field any questions about Lafreniere anymore. That's pretty much all I got. So let's see who's here. And then you guys can send me some questions, say hi in the chat, talk in the chat. Let's get to it. Habs Guru. Hey, Guru. Definitely is good news about Logan. Bye-bye. About time as this was... wait. It says, about time as this to me was out of Bettman's jurisdiction. No. Bettman is the commissioner of the NHL, and that means that he decides if a guy can play or can't play in the NHL. That's how it is. Let's see now. Hey, KB, it's been a while. Good to see you there, man. Hey, Leon, it's not as big news as Austin Matthews. Logan? Well, for Montreal it is. I mean, listen, Austin Matthews signing, it's not big news to me, really, except to make fun of the Leafs for the stupidity of signing him like that. If you're a Leafs fan, sure, it's big news. I don't see why it's super big news for anybody else. If only Matthews could contribute in the playoffs, choker overpaid. Definitely. Mr. Invisible. You know how Reggie Jackson, if you're old enough, in our day was Mr. October? Austin Matthews is Mr. Invisible in October. We got a lot of good young defense. I wonder who will stay. Well, I mean, that's what the preseason games and the training camp is for. You got to figure two of these young defensemen have to go somewhere, probably down to Laval, because they have just too many. But, having too many, not a bad thing. And the old saying is you can never have too many defensemen. So, Ronald, hey, Ronald, good to see you. It's been a while, man. How you doing? It's good to see a bunch of people in the last couple of weeks. A lot of new names, and people I haven't seen in a while. So that's pretty good. All right, so we can talk about whatever you want. I've got a video. I would have had a video out by now today, except at 3:45 this afternoon. I was talking on the phone, and our fire alarm went off. For the building, as wow, so we had to go outside, and when you went downstairs, you could tell somebody was cooking with oil, and it was probably a grease fire or whatever happened. Anyways, it took about an hour. The firemen got here, and there was nothing, and we got in, but it delayed me, and I wasn't able to finish that video, so I still got a little bit of work to do on it. Hopefully, I'll finish it tonight, and it'll be out for the morning. So. Hopefully you guys will check that out. It's the points predictions for the team for next season. Am I an NFL fan? No, not in particular. I'm not a big football fan. Not CFL. Definitely not CFL. But no, not really. Hey, NHL hockey news. Good to see you, buddy. Awesome. Leon says, that's tongue-in-cheek, Rick. Just wanted to hear what the chat would say. Ree Matthews? What did you say about Matthews? Oh, I get you. Yeah, but listen, if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, it's big news. If you're Sportsnet, it's huge news. I wonder what they're going to be saying about Mr. Invisible, what they call him. Hey, Joe, how's it going down under? So, like, I don't know. If I'm a Leafs fan, I'd be going like, why 4 years? Why won't he commit to us for 8 years? Why? Because he's a piece of shit. That's why. And yes, I would say that to his face. No worries, no problem. Say that to his face in an instant. All right, so if you're here, talk to me in the chat. Ask me a question. If I can answer, I will answer. It's unfortunately still slow. We're about a month away from the start of training camp, so things are going to heat up over the next month. J-Fed. Not surprised about Logan getting allowed to play. I mentioned in the past, it's just a matter of time. I'm glad Logan can hopefully put this behind him and continue with his playing career. He'll never put it behind him. Not completely, right? He'll always be asked questions about this shit. As a matter of fact, on Twitter, I was seeing some stuff on Twitter. It's amazing how some people just... I don't think they take the time to find out exactly what he did and all that stuff, right? And they don't take the time, and they just want to cancel a guy out for no reason. And it's amazing that this long people can be that ignorant for this long. Leon, I mean, that's what he is, a piece of shit. I wouldn't want him on my team. I'm talking about Matthews. Is the Caulfield jersey Fanatics or no? Yeah, I believe it is. Actually, you gotta ask Habs Guru. He bought it for me as a present from Guru. But I believe it is a Fanatics. Anyways, I like it. I don't wear it in the summer; it's too hot. But in the winter, you'll see I'll be wearing that again for games. Yeah, hasn't fallen apart on me, but I haven't had to wash it yet, so I'm kind of dreading that because that's what I hear happens. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Maybe just send it to the dry cleaner or something. I think it says don't dry clean that, so maybe not. J-Fed says it's social media. 99% is toxic. Yeah, well, of course. Well, as a matter of fact, speaking of that, and I'm expecting to get some stuff. So somebody that I follow on Twitter, I don't know if I'm going to have made him mad with that. You've seen him in here last couple of live streams, Mr. Mike. I don't know if you noticed him in there. So he posted that there's rumors that he's in Montreal, so that Quebec government is bringing in lockdowns. Well, masking in September and lockdowns in December. There's rumors. Lockdowns aren't happening again. I doubt that. And so I wrote down lockdowns won't happen again, but nothing wrong with masking. And then just to keep people off my back, I wrote, and no effing, and don't effing come at me for my opinion, because I know I'm going to hear stuff over that. Because seeing still that grown-ups, grown-ass people are still afraid to put a mask on. So I hope they don't ever get sick and have an operation, because what are they going to say to the doctor that's going to operate and he's got a mask on? I wonder what all these people are going to say when that happens to them. Anyway, my rant. Hey, Stan the Man. Great news about Logan. Thanks for the Paul Bunyan. Jesus. Paul Byron tribute video. It was a great one. Thank you. Appreciate that you liked it. And I think he deserved to have a tribute. And I was hoping it would do better. It didn't, but it doesn't matter. I kind of was hoping it would do better, but didn't expect it to. If you weren't a Montreal Canadiens fan, what team would you cheer for? I would not like hockey. I mean, that's kind of vague. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I don't cheer for anybody else. I don't have a secondary team. If I wasn't a Montreal Canadiens fan, maybe I'm not into hockey. You know what I mean? So Paul says his mask is a Montreal mask. What do you mean it has Montreal design on it? Or you're talking about like a goalie mask? Lucas, you just finished your last softball game. Wow. Out in the first round, no fun. Well, you were telling us about your teams, though. Hey, listen, what are you going to do? That's what sports is all about. Got to have good sportsmanship. Renegade Man, he says, glad Logan wasn't canceled. Yeah, me too. But Paul, I said, is it a I have a Montreal logo, or is it a kind of a goalie? Maybe that was a joke. So it's got the Montreal. Yeah, I found them so expensive. I guess in the first year of the pandemic, I was going to get one, but anyways, those cloth masks don't do anything. So if it's a cloth mask, I wouldn't bother wearing it. To be honest with you. If it's not a KN95 or an N95 mask, I don't wear it because the other ones don't do anything. Now, it is less than 1 month away from attending the first NHL preseason game in Australia. Countdown is on, Joe. Countdown is on. Okay, I'm about to find out if I got beat up here on Twitter over my mask thing. Nope. All right, I didn't get beat up actually about it. I am really surprised there. I think we got a guest joining us. Well, he's not a guest. He lives here. He doesn't live here.
I do live here.
No, because if you did, you'd be here more often. So, how's it going?
Good, man. How we doing? How we doing, peeps?
Oh, peeps. Hey, peeps. Let me see now. Where was I? Oh, this is your first time? I've never done anything like that, really organized. A little bit of hockey, but not baseball. Do you think Logan breaks the big club this season?
No.
He doesn't break with the team out of camp. No. Well, I'll just give it away. You know, I've got the video I just said I've got out. I didn't have Mailloux in my list. And then this morning, last night, was it you that told me, Matt, about?
Yeah, I texted you. I texted Rick during the day, and he goes, "Shit, I got to re-record my video."
Not re-record. No, I didn't. I hadn't recorded yet, so
yeah,
I was able to. It wasn't easy because if you're doing a prediction for games and stuff like that, right? So there's only a certain amount of games that every team has, right? So there's 492 defenseman games, and I had all allocated, and I had to sort of adjust things a little bit. And I added Mailloux. I'll tell you what I gave him. I gave him 9 games, and he's going to get what did I have? 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. That's what I gave for Mailloux. I think I might be a little generous with the 9 games, but I can see at the end of the season, after the trade deadline, it's a possibility that, there might be an injury or two, and they're going to move somebody. I think David Savard is getting moved at the deadline. It's his last year of his contract, so I could see him getting in some games. Lane Hudson, so.
Oh yeah,
that's what I had.
No, I like that a lot, and I think I like your point totals. I might go 1 more goal.
I was trying to think. I figured in 9 games, but what kind of ice time, and if he's going to play on a power play, I was just trying to think. So I gave him a but I agree with you. I gave him a conservative total, but because I think I was thinking of 5 goals first, and thought maybe
That's why I said maybe 1 more, because I think they might try him on the power play, just because with the
second wave,
he can absolutely smash the puck. I don't know why not. Like, why not give him a try on the power play? Try to set him up and let him unleash it.
No, I agree with you, and they will. But how much ice time is he going to get? That kind of stuff. I don't know. So I just gave it. But I could see him getting more if he plays 9 games. I could see him getting more. But also, it's his rookie year. If he plays, he would be a rookie, and he's still a little underdeveloped. Right?
Yeah, no. Defensively, I think offensively, he's basically ready to go. Doubt.
Yeah. But defensively, he's a little underdeveloped.
Right. And he'll work on that in Laval. And I think I'll probably end up watching a lot more Rocket games this year. than I have in years past. Not only for him, but just the whole crop of talent that's going to be there now that's graduated out of juniors. You know what I mean?
How are you going to get the Rocket games?
I'll figure out a way.
I don't know how to get them other than actually paying for. Like you can get them, you can get the package and whatever, but it's I can't afford that for the Rocket.
Maybe not watch the games, but like really like try to watch all the highlights.
Follow, yeah, because I don't know how else. Like I would watch them if I could find somewhere where I can watch, but I haven't been able to.
I think there's a lot of the kids from there's a lot of kids from juniors that are graduating into Laval. You know what I mean? Like it's not just my U that we're gonna see. That is gonna be a real Laval. The Rocket are gonna have a good team.
They are.
They're gonna have a nice team.
Yep. I think. Well, they made the playoffs and stuff this past season. I think they got a shot to win a championship with the kids that are coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Well, I got a cough. I tried not to cough. Where was I now? With Matthews signing a short-term extension, it's likely he will leave Toronto. But he will be the highest paid player until McDavid signs an extension. True. But I mean, what a piece of shit. That's all I could say.
Oh, he only cares about that deal tells me he only gives a crap about money.
That's it. Because he's setting himself up for another higher contract. I doubt with Toronto. Like I highly doubt. Like they're not going to win the cup in the 4 years, so I don't think he stays. And I say that with confidence that they're not going to win the cup.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually retweeted something from a Habs fan that I follow, and like, I mean, obviously, again, it's too early to tell with this Habs group, but like, and obviously Caulfield was coming off his ELC, but if you look at what Matthews signed versus what Caulfield signed, the way Caulfield's deal is all right. I'm going to get paid, but this is also going to help the team in the long run. I want to win championships here.
Nick Suzuki, too. Both.
Yeah. Matthews' deal is just pay me all the money I want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's obvious the way he plays and the way he disappears in the playoffs. It's obvious he's only out for himself.
Yeah.
He ain't out for his teammates or for the fans.
Yeah, and I read that he was only willing to go 4 years. That was it.
Yeah,
like if you were really committed to winning a championship in Toronto with this team that drafted you, like
you're going 7 anyway.
Yeah, so
No, he loves Toronto so much he only signed for 4 years. By the way, speaking of Caulfield, here's the duo Caulfield Suzuki. This was last season. Highest percentage of team goals. So you've got Nylander and Matthews there, and it's 34.4%. But Suzuki and Caulfield last year beat them by like 4%, 38%.
And Caulfield only played half the season.
Caulfield only played half the season. So, well, I don't know when this might have come out before he got injured. And
maybe.
I don't know. But, I mean, I'd rather pay them what they're getting paid than have to pay a guy that disappears. And listen, we know Caulfield and Suzuki don't disappear in the playoffs. We know this.
Yeah, this is proven.
They've each won 3 series, right? How many series has Matthews won? 1. So I don't know what they're paying for.
Second round.
But I tell you, if I'm a Leafs fan, that signing of the GM Brad Treliving, I'm really.
I said this as soon as they brought him on. I said it's just another yes man. I'm telling you, Brendan Shanahan runs that team. Brad Treliving's just there to say, "Hey, we have a GM." Brendan Shanahan runs that team. That's what it is.
Not well.
He runs the team.
Not very well. He's not running it well.
No, but it's Shanahan's team. I mean, it's clear as day. Treliving's just a yes man.
Yeah, that never works, So, anyways, I wish them all the best. Not really. Paul says, "I got you got yours, $15. It's good to wear when Montreal is sucking." Oh, you're talking about? But when I was going to get one, they were like $35. Maybe they're $15 now, but not when I was going to get one. Joe says, "Hi, Matt." Habs Guru says, "Hey, Matt.
What's up?"
Leon says McDavid will be the highest player in a few years, no question about it. Yep. Maybe that's why he knows when McDavid is signing. again, and he wants to be right behind him right after he signs.
No, he's gonna go. I want that.
I want more than that. And if I were to Jim, I go, yeah, well, give me more than he gives me, or gives their team. Just do that. Give us more. Imagine he signed for that increase. He did not have a great season numbers wise.
No, and he disappeared. Their leading scorer in the second round was friggin' David Kampf.
Mein Kampf, really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, literally, if you look at the numbers, David Kampf was their scoring leader in the second round.
That'll tell you everything about Toronto. Right there. Hey, Sean. Savard has 2 years left. Is it 2 years? Is it 2 years? Oh.
It might be.
I hope not. Hopefully they'll move him in the offseason, though, right? Like he says, next offseason. Like, he's not here beyond this season anyway. I really thought he only had 1 year left. Oh, well. Listen, mistakes get made sometimes. The Laval games are on the French TV station, sometimes not sure which channel. But, yeah, well, Matt's in Massachusetts. He's not getting the French TV station, I can tell you that. Besides, he wouldn't know what they're saying. Matthews wants Nylander out of there. He just took some of Nylander's money, probably.
Yep.
So
Nylander's not budging at 10, so I don't know where they're gonna find that $10 million. Or the extra Nylander's at what? 6? They're gonna have to find 3-point-something million.
Shanahan's gonna pull his pants down, bend over, and pull it right out of his ass. I don't know where else he's gonna get it.
Willie, 1 second. Here you go.
He'll fart it out either way. I'm not touching that though. That money should go directly to Austin Matthews. The one person happy with Matthews signing would be the tax man. I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Oh, can I do that without paying?
I don't know.
Tell him Rondell is pretty good. Who's Rondell? Hey? Who's Rondell? In hockey? Only Rondell I know of in sports, and it goes back. Expo is Rondell White. I don't know anybody else. I don't know another Rondell. Asia's land. I was expecting that Mailloux got a slap on the wrist and played to never do that again, especially while other players on Team Canada rape a girl and get unpunished. Yeah, I mean, this is why it's ridiculous. The cancel culture wants to cancel him. Now, here's something I want to know.
Kennedy put out a tweet about the stupidest thing.
No, it is. It's stupid. I got a question. So I watched this guy on Twitter. He kind of, when people do like Karen stuff and, you know, racist shit, he gets the video, he puts it out there and tries to find out who they are and cancels them, which I'm okay with. The thing is, he was doing one today, and then he was using the R word, and they had the word like blocked out. And I'm thinking the R word. Now, none of these sentences make sense if the R word is retard, which I can say because I'm talking about it. Right? To me, that's the R word that you're not allowed saying anymore. But it turns out the R word they're not allowed saying is rape. Since when is rape not a word you can use? Is that new to you too? Because I was like,
I just learned that just now.
I was shaking my head. What's going on? I don't get this. I never heard that word got canceled. I'm not, and it's, I mean, anyway, who's Rondell Wright? It's Rondell White. Wasn't it? He was the, okay, wait a second. Who put that out there? Brad Dines. Okay, yeah. Oh, Rondell is the puck.
Oh, yeah, French. Yeah.
In French it is. It's the Rondell. Okay, that's not what I thought you were talking about. Oh, God.
Rondell officiel.
Yeah. Expos are coming back. Mark Brad's words. Brad,
Savard does have 2 years left.
I hate to disappoint you. Yeah, I'd read somewhere there was last year. I guess that person made a mistake, and that's why my mistake. And I did not go look it up. I just went on that information. So that's what. Excuse me. That's what happens. Brad, Expos are not coming back, dude. Everything that was going on, when they were talking about it with the Rays, I guess the Tampa Bay Rays, that they were gonna, that was only gonna happen like in 2029, and that's done and out. And you know what? I don't think they're gonna be able to find anywhere to build a downtown stadium. And if they don't build a downtown stadium, don't bring baseball back, because baseball ain't going to be very, very good to us. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that. So, I'd love to see them come back, but they're not coming back.
You don't want the Rays anyway. No, what's going on with that team right now? Well, not with that team, but with a certain player.
What, the Rays? Oh, well, yeah. I don't follow, so I don't know. Yeah. Renegade Man says Brad Treliving made one of the worst trades in Flames history by trading Chucky for Huberdeau and Weegar. Chucky, I'm Matt Tkachuk. I wonder what moves he will make in Toronto. Well, I'm going to defend him there on that just a little bit. If I'm correct, Matt Tkachuk wasn't going to re-sign with Calgary.
No, at the time, it looked like it was kind of a wash, but obviously last season said no.
No, but he wasn't good. He wasn't going to sign, and it was either lose him for nothing or move him, and you got to move him and get an asset back. That's the best he could do. I'm not going to blame him on that because he had no, as far as he had to get something back for him. If it was not good enough, I think the dumb thing he did there was turn around and sign Huberdeau to 8 years.
Yeah.
That was the dumb part. Anybody should have got a 4-year contract, should have been Huberdeau, considering his age. That contract's only going to be good for about 4 years, and then it's not going to be a good one.
Well, then again, you have the Capitals signing Tom Wilson until he's 37.
There's no accounting for stupidity.
Oh, seriously?
It's just that's how it is. Brad, you met Tim Wallach. What's INA mean?
I have no idea.
You know what? Rondell White was an outfielder for the Expos. Yeah, that's what I said. Met Tim. Oh, he didn't finish. Met Tim Wallach and a Tim Hortons in St. Mary's, Ontario. How long ago was that? When he was playing? Hey, Nathan. I'm doing well. Glad to see Logan get his approval. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward now to seeing Logan play in the preseason. We're gonna get a good look at him there. In the rookie tournament, I mean, he's playing with other rookies. I want to see him in the preseason playing against NHLers. It's not completely in it, but I want to see him play against NHLers. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, what else we got here? I don't think I want to see
what happens after they see a slap shot the first couple of times. Every time he winds up after that, you're just going to see a part right in front of the net.
Yeah, no, okay. But I mean, listen, he's got some defensive, he's got some learning on the defensive side.
No, for sure. No, absolutely.
I don't see him here this year, but next year's a different story. And for a few games this year, but I don't see him. He's not cracking.
No, I 1,000% agree.
He's not cracking the lineup this year.
No, I'm talking about in the preseason. Like I'm looking forward to see how he is defensively. See, really get a taste of really what he needs to work on. But then also like offensively, I want to see him rip some clap bombs.
Yeah, no, me too. I want to see what he looks like. See how far away he might be.
Yeah, that wrist shot. He's got a nice wrist shot too. And like if he's got space, he'll move up a little bit and just absolutely rip a howitzer of a wrist shot top cheese.
He's gonna be effective on that blue line, firing pucks, man. Definitely. Let's see. Survived a bad case of pneumonia. Wow. Hey Nathan, I hope you're doing better then. 2 weeks ago, and lost a lot of weight in a week, unplanned exercising to get back into goalie shape. I'm glad you guys are good. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Glad you're feeling better,
Feel
though.
better.
Yeah. It's no fun. Pneumonia is no fun. I never had one, but I don't want to get one. All right. So calm down already. So talk to us here in the chat. There's 23 people here. If you're having a good time, please give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I appreciate that. And talk to us here. Please talk to us. We need somebody to talk to us. One lung was 80% full. Jesus. That's difficult breathing. Jalen says, last week we talked about the outfield. Larry Walker, Marquise Grissom, Moisés Alou. Who was on third? Well, I remember.
Who was actually
Larry Parrish. I didn't forget the second time. Larry Parrish, then Tim Wallach.
No, who was on first?
He said first?
He said who was on third? I said no, who was on
third.
first?
No, he said third. Galarraga was on first.
You watch Abbott and Costello?
Oh, I don't know.
You've never seen that skit?
I'm telling you who's on first. I don't know.
He's on third.
Who's on? Oh, yeah, right. Who's on first?
There we go.
Okay, but what's second? I actually did that in grade. I want to say like grade 3.
What's on second? I don't
grade
know.
4. I did that skit. Who's on first? So I should have known that. I don't count Sean Barry at third. He kind of wasn't really good. And he was after Larry Parrish, and wasn't he after Tim Wallach as well? Sean Barry, because they're asking who was in that era. Sean Barry was after that. Followed Spose from 82 on, me from 79. I mean, I went to see games when I was a kid, but I didn't really follow them like with knowledge and all that till 79. Okay, Brad, but this is kind of a hockey show, dude. I don't know why you want to list everybody who ever played for the Expos.
Actually, well, one more baseball thought, just because we just played the Tigers, Red Sox. So Miguel Cabrera is retiring this season. Yeah. He's the last active player who played against the Expos.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Crazy.
Yep. Well, the Expo's been gone now 17 seasons.
Yeah.
It's a long time, my friend. Where was I? I feel Slav is really going to step up and produce big time this season. When you say big time, you should temper that a little bit. He's 19. It's only his second season. I don't expect him to come in and produce 60, 70 points this season. So, I mean, if that's what you're talking about, big time. But do I think he could play, regular games and put up some decent numbers. But I'm not going to say big time yet. Give him a few more seasons.
Yeah.
Then the guy's going to be producing big time.
No, for me, for Slav, I think we should be able to get somewhere in the realm of 30, 35 points.
I've got him actually higher than that. I've got him at 43 points.
Okay.
70 games. I'll give you it's going to be in the video. 70 games, 18 goals, 25 assists is how I see it. Ghislain, you're wrong, and Brad, you were right. It wasn't Mike Fitzpatrick. Anyways, Fitzpatrick wasn't he the catcher after Carter left? Anyway. Okay, it's going to be only baseball talk. I don't mind. We can talk some baseball like Expos because I know about it.
Did they ever win the World Series?
No.
I know that there's a couple years they had some damn good teams, but I don't know if they ever won it.
Probably would have in 94, but the strike happened.
Right.
Because they were the best team in baseball in 94 when the strike happened, and they just didn't come back. And then the next season, they sold everybody. Right? And that's when Larry Parrish went. That's when the big pitcher we had just gotten, they sent him away. I think the reliever. A couple other pitchers. I mean, they just sent everybody good away. Gone. It's about time that 50-goal barrier at the Habs is to be broken. Fingers crossed. Cole Caulfield. I mean, I have him for 50 goals this season. I'm going to give away my goddamn video. Speaking of the video, this is my... I'll show you a piece of it, but it's no predictions in it, but just to tease you guys. This is the monologue. So this is after the opening. I don't know, maybe it'll tease something in you. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome in. Time once again to make my fearless Habs scoring predictions for all skaters for the 2023-24 season. I've got 27 players on my list and it's broken down by 492 defenseman games, 984 forwards games, totaling 1,476 man games for the season. Goalie predictions not included in this video. I'll give you the goals, assists, and points totals for all 27 players on my list. I've left 8 games for forwards open for unforeseen call-ups. Let's get to it. I don't know if that teased you into wanting to see it, but it's not out yet. It's coming out tomorrow. I still have a little bit of editing to do. I almost had a fire here. I was going to call you, Matt, to say I'm not going to make the show. There was a fire in the building. I don't know what happened though. Someone had like a grease fire or something because you could smell it in the lobby. But yeah, alarm went off. We had to wait for the firemen to come and clear it. And thank God, no fire, because I would have lost a lot of shit if there was. So few. Back to people.
Glad that one. I'm glad that went well.
Yeah, that would have screwed me up. Will Montreal lead in penalties this year, or have they cleaned up their stupidity? I mean, that's an unknown. I'm going to counter that and say, are the refs going to be assholes this year? And have they cleaned up their bias or whatever the hell you call it? If that's the case, then I think that definitely the penalties will come down. But the way the refs ref these days, it's hard to say. Nathan, that was the guy. John Wetland, he got traded in '95. Wetland, Yeomans, Walker. 2 other big names got traded in '95 before the season started as a cleaning of the house because ownership, I guess, was afraid to make money by winning and having a winning team. 50 points for Monahan this year. What do I have? I don't have 50 points for Monahan this year. No. You got to look. I figure Monahan, I'll just give you his games total, what I have. I think he'll play only about 55 games because Monahan's getting moved at the deadline. So that's a 60-odd games. He'll probably miss a few during the season. So I'm looking at 55 games for Monahan. I don't have 50 points.
You think he gets dealt?
At the deadline, yeah.
I can see that.
Well, look, if he plays, say he's got 40 to 50 points by the deadline time, you can guarantee there's teams reaching out to get him and offering good shit.
Yeah.
Right? And they're not going to turn that down.
That'd be stupid too.
Because even at that point, like say we're not in a, like if we're in a playoff race, that could be different. It could be different. But if we're not, if he really wants to stay, go where we're sending you. Let's get that good stuff. And then we'll sign you in the off season. That's all. Which doesn't usually happen anyway. So anyway, we'll see how that works out. Leon's got my favorite player, Expos player, to be introduced over the sound system, and that's John Boccabella. Never forget that for some reason. Didn't Pedro Martinez play for the Expos? He sure did. He had a perfect game here. Isn't that where Dave? Oh God, what was his last name? Or the announcer, where he said El Perfecto. We called him El Perfecto.
But where did he win a World Series?
Yeah, okay, but you might listen. Was he here in '95? No, he wasn't. So he wouldn't have won a World Series here if we won. Slavkovsky will get 10 points. No, he had 10 points last season. I don't think. I mean, obviously, you don't like Slavkovsky to say that. He's not getting 10. Oh, sorry, 10 goals. Oh, no, I have more than that for him. I had 18. I think I might be disappointed in 10 goals with Slavkovsky.
I have to agree.
The Sox stole Martinez. Yeah, well, but I mean, that was after the 95 sale. This was that was in between 95 and 2006, because 2006 was when they left. It was the last season here.
Wait, what do you mean we stole well, actually, I mean, I wasn't alive. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know how they stole him, but I don't remember the situation.
No, I was alive, but I think I was one.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know. Joe's thinking that there's going to be a lot of retaliation penalties in the Atlantic Division. Atlantic Division is going to be a good division. Probably the best.
It's going to be the beat-em-up division.
It's going to be the best division in the league, from what I'm reading, what people think, what experts think. So
it's going to be the super heavyweight division.
40 points for Gooley? No. Gooley, listen, Gooley's great. I love Gooley. He's not an offensive defenseman. When you're looking at 40 points, you're talking about more of an offensive defenseman.
Yeah, that's more of that's like a Hudson level, or like a
that's level. Like Matheson.
Oh, what Matheson?
You know,
but I mean, like Hudson when he gets here, like
a Jeff Petrie.
That's gonna be like that's Hudson type points.
That's low. That's low for Hudson. Not when he first gets here, maybe, but give him a couple of years.
I mean, then again, he damn near put 50 up last year.
I'm thinking Hudson's a guy.
Goals.
Hudson's a guy that's going to be giving you 55, 65 points a season when he's in full swing.
He's going to have, and I'm going to say this now since it's on the camera. He's going to have some of the sexiest assists we've ever seen. The way he could, just his sixth sense to pass the puck, like just to know when guys are open, and it's unreal.
That's kind of why I'm saying 40 points is low for Hudson when after he's been here, in the league a few years, and maybe right away too. That wouldn't surprise. Like for Hudson, I've got Hudson playing 5 games and putting up 6 points next season at the end of the year. Like, I think right away he's going to be one of those guys.
He might do that,
like a Makar, like a Quinn Hughes, that's going to come in and put up numbers right away. I
think 6 might be a little low.
I believe me, I thought about it, and I thought, well, be conservative and not seem like.
Yeah, no, it's a good conservative number, but he might only get a goal or two, but he's going to rack up the assists. I mean, that kid can flat out pass the puck.
Yeah, no, I think he's gonna be good right away. Nathan says 20 goals for Galley. Jeez, I've got him for 20 points. Hell, I'm giving it all away here.
I'll put him down for 20 points in 20 games.
No, actually, I think he'll play more than that. I don't think.
Okay, 21 games.
No, I've got him at 50 games, to be honest. So.
Oh, I don't think he's hitting 50.
You might not.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I can't see it, not with the way he's breaking down. I can't see it.
I only say he's coming in the season fully healthy. Maybe he gets a season where he can mostly stay healthy. I don't know.
I don't depends on when he gets hit with a puck.
I don't disagree with you that he doesn't make 50 games, but that's what I got him at.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Hey, BL, how's it going?
Hey,
after 2 preseason games here in Corner Brook, This non-fighting rule is already causing headaches. Too much stick work. See, after the whistles, and the players are looking at the refs to step in. Sticks and head shots are going to be that's what's going to happen. You take away fighting, you're getting sticks in the face, and you're getting head shots. That's what happens. But hey, we care about the kids. No, you don't. You're taking away fighting because you care about the kids, but it's going to make it worse. So you don't care about the kids, or you're just flat out imbeciles. Yeah. And in today's world, that third option there could be, or the last option could be very likely.
No, 1,000%.
Brad, I remember that David Palmer perfect game. It started raining, and they never made the game up. And he ended up with a perfect game with an asterisk, 5-inning game. But yeah. The players not respectfully using their sticks, maybe other players should take a clapper at them. But, I mean, it just gets worse, right? And that's the whole point. The non-fighting is really going to cause some chaos, I think.
No, for sure.
With fighting still allowed in the OHL and WHL, NHL scouts are going to be nervous drafting cube players who play very physical but have never had a fight in their whole hockey career. Yeah, because you draft that guy, then you got to give him a quick course, in fighting. That's part of his, he's going to have to learn that. So I think it's just stupid. I'm not pushing fighting, and I'm not a proponent of it, but it has to be around because you need that. That's the only way players can blow off steam without really hurting somebody.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're fighting and punching each other in the head. Yeah, they're not hurting each other the same way as when a guy puts his elbow in a guy's head or a shoulder pad or just swings a stick at his head, because that's going to be a lot worse. And, just go watch Slapshot, the movie Slapshot. Go watch that. That's what's coming to the QMJHL. Not as bad as that, but, I mean, that's what's coming. The Hanson brothers.
I mean, not even that, right? I mean, think about Marty McSorley, too. I mean, you might see shit like that now.
Well, that's just stick to the head, right? So that's what I'm talking about. You're going to see that shit.
He damn near ended that dude's career.
It's 2 preseason games in the queue that BL has seen, right? So they're just starting. He's already saying that's causing problems. Can you imagine when they get to the real games, and then when the season starts to progress and it gets serious? It's stupid. I gotta say that they're gonna rescind that after the first season of it. Because, I mean, they're gonna see how much worse it was. They're thinking players will get used to it and they'll stop whatever. They're not, because you don't get used to things get heated in a game. That's all you can. Things get heated in a hockey game. You can't take that out of hockey. So when things get heated, you need a way for them to blow off that steam. And you don't want it to be a stick to the head, or, like I say, some body part that's covered in hard plastic and is like steel to the head.
So this is interesting, BL. Yes and no. So I have seen many fights break out. Players don't get suspended. They'll just get booted from the game if it's mid-game, and that's it. But
in the queue, if you fight, right? So you get out of the game, and you may get a 1-game suspension. If you have a second fight in the year, you're out for 2. Like, the more you fight, the more you're out, right? So it starts. You get 1, and then after that it gets heavier, and it's not just in the game. We're talking during the season.
Yeah, no, in college, you'd get booted from the game. But the other thing, in juniors, do they have to wear a full face shield? I don't know. I can't remember.
As far as I know, they do. Cages and some I think Q wears cages.
The Q, all right. Because in college they wear cages, so they really don't take their helmets off. But like I've seen fights at like the end of games, but mid game, I mean, that's pushing and shoving, and like they'll kind of whack at each other with the gloves on into the mask, but they're wearing masks, so they just kind of get like a 5-minute penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've never really seen anything else come of it.
I'm not 100% sure if there is cages or not, if it's full visors or not, but I mean, still.
Yeah, but no, to answer your question, BL,
half shields in the whole CHL, he says.
Half shields, yeah. So that's in college it's a full cage or a full
right. You can't really fight when you're at a full cage anyway.
But they just bop each other on the cage.
Right, but
they'll get separate. They'll get separated, but if it gets heated and then they start to like try to take a helmet, then they'll get thrown in the box.
Well, anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm still not going to be good. That's all I can say. Still not going to be good.
No. But
Asians, have a good night. Thanks for being here, buddy. Jacko had to learn to fight. Everybody has to learn to fight if you're going to fight but you learned before the juniors.
Mm. But yeah, even in the U.S., there's no fighting until like I think until USHL. I don't think USHL even has fighting. Well, but college players are just fine.
Well, we'll see how it goes. But if you're seeing within the first couple of preseason games that it's causing problems, it's going to be problems. Anyway, that's why I think my opinion is.
I guess it's also too because there's really never been fighting in college hockey.
Well, then that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But here, there's been fighting, and there's fights, and now you just took them away, and now you're heavily penalizing the players.
See,
it's not going to go over well.
I don't
guys
like
are going to lose their head.
Shit, like that's ridiculous.
Guys are going to lose their heads, and that's when a stick is going to get swung at a head or a horrible headshot,
or not shot.
Not shots too,
but like not just a spear, like a full-on bing.
It's okay. Guys don't really need their nuts anymore because sperm counts are way down now in men. Did you know that? In the world, especially in North America, sperm counts are, I don't even know how people are getting pregnant from what I'm reading. So guys don't need their nuts. So the nut shots are okay. You're supposed to laugh at that. I guess not.
I can't. I've taken a few. I can't laugh at that because I know how fucking painful it is.
Listen, a nut shot you get, you can't laugh at, but that somebody else gets, you can fucking laugh at that.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't help that one.
Oh god.
You can laugh at that.
I took
in the queue,
bad ones playing street hockey.
Oh yeah, I've gotten a few. Don't worry. Nathan says, if I'm in the Q League and another team's player is causing lots of dangerous issues, I'm fighting him. Exactly, right? Exactly. That's it. So I think there's still going to be some fighting. I mean, there's still going to be some fighting, but I mean, you're going to get suspended. That's all. Leon, there you go. Ted Green. Was it Green that got the stick to the head, right? And I don't remember who swung it. But Ted, didn't he die from it? Got a stick to the head.
The guy that Marty McSorley hit damn near ended his career.
Yeah, I know. And he had a helmet on, right? So Ted Green did not have a helmet.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And yeah. And that's...
I mean, a helmet's not going to do much with the force that these guys can swing a hockey stick with. You know what I mean?
No, but it'll do enough so that it doesn't kill the kid.
You're going to have a hell of a concussion, though.
Mm-hmm.
Probably get knocked out. Yeah, the guy that McSorley hit, I think, was out for like 5 minutes.
It was Brashear, wasn't it?
Yeah, Donald Brashear.
Yeah. Nathan says, having one or two guys in the lineup that can be used to at least be there for a possible even up on a cheap shot is worth it. Well, one cheap shot's going to deserve another. That's what's going to happen, right? Since you can't fight a guy, right? And there's going to be cheap shot artists out there. When that guy does one of his cheap shots, well, what else are you going to do? Next time he's on the ice, someone's going to do something to him. Joe agrees. She says you can laugh at that and not shot, especially if it's a player you cannot stand. I agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Ted Green retired. So Ted Green was the one who took the swung. Someone died from getting a stick to the head. I don't remember who it was. I thought it was Ted Green. Maybe he was the stick swinger. All right, he says, look, Corner Brook has a defenseman, Thomas Lavoie, rated to go in the first round in the 2024 NHL draft. He's 6'4", 220, and he may very well attend his first NHL camp without ever having fought before. Okay, but lots of guys didn't fight. I don't think every player in the NHL has had a fight. So I don't think anything to that. Leon says no, Ted got hit. But it split his head open. I thought he died from it, but I don't think he was the same ever after that, though. Oh, did I say Corner Brook? You're right. It's Cape Breton. The first time I said it, I got it right. Second time, I was thinking of the other side of the. No, it's in Newfoundland, Corner Brook. What am I talking about? Sorry, guys. I'm brain dead today. Today, every day. How are we doing so far? Oh, we're getting close to an hour already. Yeah. So keep talking to us because my brain is empty. We need some music going when there's no. Come on, Matt. Come up with something.
No, I'm the same way. I'm like brain dead right now.
Okay, this is what I'll come up with.
I will say, though, I feel bad for any player that comes out of the queue with this no fighting and decides to piss Arbor-Jacques guy off.
Yeah, but that probably won't really happen. Unless they come out and they figure when they come out of there, no fighting, so they're used to swinging the stick more and headshotting more. If that happens, then maybe you're right.
Oh, are you kidding me? If one of them comes out of the queue and swings a stick at one of our guys, Arbor's going to probably beat him within an inch of his life.
Well, no, not within an inch of his life.
No, but obviously not. But like you get the gist. Like he's gonna go on the ice and grab the guy and start throwing a hand.
Yeah, no, I would think. Nathan says, is Primo going in a deal? No, I don't think so. They haven't given up on Primo, so.
No, him and Dovish should be the tandem in the back.
Yeah, I don't think Primo's going anywhere. How about Strubal's future? There's too much of a logjam here on defense. I don't know.
There is. I mean, he's a hell of a defensive defenseman. Like he is physical like trying to get by him is like trying to skate through a brick wall.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just that is there room for him here? I don't think so.
No, I agree.
Unless something horrible happens to a few of our defensemen, I don't think so. So I kind of think Struble will probably go in a deal somewhere. We'll see. Okay, so what I was going to say, since we're like short on stuff to talk about, so I just give you one of the plans I've got for the season. I'm planning to not get rid of Saturday Hockey Talk during the season. And you go, well, Saturday's a game almost every Saturday. What I'm going to do during the season for Saturday Hockey Talk is we're going to have Saturday Hockey Talk in the afternoon, and we're going to do that at lunchtime, Saturday Hockey Talk from 12 to 1 every Saturday during the season. That's my plan. I'm going to try it out for a little bit and see how that goes, and hopefully you guys will respond. So we'll have a little bit extra hockey talk on the air this upcoming season. So hopefully you guys will show up for that, and I won't be sitting there by myself. All right. I keep Dobis over Preems. Well, Dobis is his first NHL season, so let's see how that goes. But they haven't given up on Primo from what I'm reading and hearing. Nathan says he's keeping Struble, but are you going to keep Struble just to keep him in the AHL just in case and not let him go somewhere else where he might get a shot? Like, I think they're going to let him go somewhere. or move him.
Listen, he's another one of those guys that I think could make a really good, like I guess a sweetener almost to a trade, or like you
100%.
use him as a prospect to maybe acquire like an NHL
100%.
caliber talent.
Or like, listen, if they don't move him this year, and things happen, you never know. He might actually get a shot, but there's a lot of guys ahead of him. I don't know how he's going to get it.
That kid Engstrom looks really nice.
I guess speaking of those kind of defensemen, you might have read somewhere that Mattias Norlinder had left to go back to Sweden.
Yeah, I saw that.
Back. That's not the case, by the way. What he did was he went back to Sweden, but he played in a pre. I think everyone assumed that meant he wasn't coming back, but it's not the case. He'll be at training camp, and he's got 1 year left for the contract. Whatever contract he's got with Montreal. And he's going to he's not leaving like that. Let's put it that way. So Mattias Norlinder's still here for that kind of thing too. Just that, again, there's too many guys ahead of him.
Well, I mean, for an offense, once Mailloux and Hudson are here, we're not going to need any more offensive defensemen.
No, that's it. I mean, we have an abundance of good quality defensemen and prospects for defense. I don't see Struble getting in there, but you never know. You never know. But I mean, if he's ready for the NHL, and a team comes to call him, you move him.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe. Well, sorry about that, but it's not for everybody. The 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Saturday hockey talk. I kind of want to maybe expand a little bit. Help the channel grow a little bit that way and bring in new people, new audience, and that kind of thing. So, but I mean, if you can listen where you are, yeah, I get it, but it might not be for everybody, but just to let you know, that's what I'm planning to do. So Nathan says his defense top 6 in 3 years that he'd like to see in no order: Gooley, Arbor, Struble, Reinbacher, Hudson, and a top vet from a trade. Well, I think in 3 years, Matheson will still be here, at least till the trade deadline, because he's got 3 years left on his contract. I don't think Montreal will re-sign Matheson in 3 years. So, and he's got Logan as his 7 in 3 years. No, I think you're wrong on that.
No, very
Struble brought in the lineup over Logan Mailloux in 3 years.
Hudson, Reinbacher, my guess, Hudson, Reinbacher, Gooley, Matheson, Arbor, throw someone.
Okay, but Matheson, like I said, not here past 3 years, so it's Gooley, Mailloux eventually, I think.
So then Reinbacher, Hudson, Gooley, Mailloux, Arbor, and
whoever, and probably Harris.
Yeah, Hudson,
and maybe and whoever else as the
Arbor, Harris. I actually like that's a fucking loaded decoy right there. If that's what it ends up being.
And there's options. There's lots of other combos you can make. It's going to be a good D no matter how you look at it or how you slice it up. Biel says you deal from a position of strength, and that is the defense. We definitely strong on defense as far as depth and all that. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Joe, I don't want you to have to get up or lose sleep over the show, but would always obviously love to have you for it. So, I'm not big on. I don't watch a lot of things that are time zone like weird stuff. So, what can I say? Rems, Rems, Jack and Struble as third pair as bad. Well, ain't bad either. Anyway, Struble, it's hard to say, right? Because we haven't seen him here in the NHL yet. So he may get a chance and then be like, wow, Struble's good. And that's great, So I don't know exactly how it'll work out. And like I said earlier,
he's not like, if you don't have Gooley, Mailloux, Hudson, Reinbacher, at least those 4 guys in your top 6 in 3 years, then you're just wrong. You're just wrong.
So, yeah. No, I think so. Yeah. Where was I? Many got injured. Now get a few games. All right, I'm not reading that. Sorry. Nathan's perspective, D-line up is something to look forward to. Yeah. The defense here in 3 years is going to be awesome. When the Habs are in a position to go for it, Jack-I might be a number 7 defenseman. Well, I mean, he might be, but he also might surprise you. I mean, who's to say he doesn't have
not
more?
a bad like defender. He's really not.
But who's to say he doesn't have more?
He's got a decent shot.
Just got here.
He's got a decent shot on him.
But he also just got here.
Yeah.
To say that Jack-I won't get better, it would be a mistake. So we don't know how much better and what that'll look like compared to everybody else here. So I think Jack-I is the kind of character guy. He's going to be the best he can be. And I think there's a lot more to him still. So having Big D two-way power play PK shut down pairs helps the forwards do so much better. Yes.
Oh my God, the first power play unit is going to be friggin' insane when we have Hudson and Reinbacher, because you're going to have to double Lane Hudson. If you double Lane Hudson, that means one of Reinbacher or Caulfield is probably open, and if those two guys are open, that's a problem.
Yeah,
for the other team.
That first wave is going to be awesome. Eventually.
Oh my God, because you have to double Hudson, otherwise you're not going to get the puck off him. You're just not.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And
yeah.
if you double him, then it's pick your poison who you're going to leave open. And then you're going to have guys skating everywhere. Someone's going to be open. And then that first power play unit's going to have 3 or 4 guys on it that are capable of putting it in.
Okay, but the thing is also, if you double on Hudson and you're killing the penalty, you're leaving 2 guys open.
Oh, yeah, it's a power play. I'm dumb.
So I doubt they can double on Hudson.
You can't double him, but then at that point, then it's just all right. Let him skate. Whoever's on him is going to be up shit's creek without a paddle.
But I mean that's what he does, right? He's got on the power play. That's why he's so effective. Is this guy's going to find openings?
And he's not going to lose the puck.
And he
might. We're finally going to be able to actually be in the zone on the power play. It's going to be.
They're going to be able to set up. No, in other words, they're going to actually get across the blue line and set up and not have to do 5 or 6 tries at it, and then the power play's over. Right?
It's going to be like a foreign concept to us. It's going to be like, oh, my God, I remember 10 years ago. This is what the power play looks like. Yeah. This is what it should look like.
So when Guy Carbonneau was coaching, that's what it looked like. Where am I? Even Habs in the early 80s, when Langley was here, before Green came in, Montreal D was strong. Even after Langley left, Montreal D was still good. What are you talking about? Won a cup in 86. BL says, when it comes time to go all in, Jack-I will be in demand by rebuilding teams to protect their youngsters. To get that piece you need may cost you Jack-I. Here's the question I've got for you guys. Why are you all so eager to get Jack-I out of the lineup? I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like you get something good that does something in a unique way, right? Something we need. Oh, let's get rid of him, though. I don't get it. Why aren't you all wanting to support him getting better and being all that he can be? Be all that you can be in the army. Don't know why that came to my head. Hey, too bad I can't sing. Having forwards that dig the puck out for the D. For the D, what? Pint shots or plays down low will be fun to watch. Having quality players who are good on, I don't know if you're talking about power play there or not. I mean, that'll be fun to watch. There, see, Nathan gets it. He says he's not trading Arbor I'm not trading Lyle Odeline back in the day. That's right. Byron could help with advising upcoming players on shorthanded goal scoring. Imagine a prospective four lineup PK situation. Well, I mean, he's going to be in development. So, yeah, I mean, that's what he's going to be doing basically, right? Apparently he wants to help players, the young kids, adjust to the league and how to be a professional and all that stuff. He wants to help along those lines as well. So
I love it.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be good too. I get that someone has to slide down, but let that work out naturally. And if it is Arbor, it is Arbor. But I mean, just to go throw him under the bus already, I don't know that that's the. I don't like it anyway. I don't know. I find Rems. I find people too eager to trade Jagai. So I don't see them. Listen, the fact that they drafted his brother, to me, that tells me they're not trading him. They're not looking to do that. They want him here with the organization. That's what that tells me. And you can say, well, other teams, they draft brothers. It happens. I think in this case, it's not like Florian obviously is better than Arbor. It's not like that. I think I don't know that. So I think they drafted him partially for to show their commitment to a guy like Arbor to be here. I'm probably not putting that out there right, but that's what I think. It's a commitment to Arbor. And listen, if Florian develops and he's here, all the better. And you got two guys with that kind of character. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all.
If you trade a guy like Arbor, make sure it's Western or Pacific. I'd not want to face him. I'm going to tell you something, though. I could see a guy like Arbor, if they trade him, say, after 2-3 years, he's not going to be the same after that. Why? He lives for this logo.
Well, yes, the other thing, right?
And there's been players here that, they just never were the same when they left. And, I think that'll happen to Arbor, personally. Can always watch the replay of Saturday Hockey Talk if the afternoon don't. That's right. You can always watch it on a replay. I usually get usually about double, sometimes more than that, come in after the show's off, right? And over the next day or two. So people do watch it on replay. It surprises me that people do that, but they do. And yeah, definitely. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. How are we doing in time? Oh man, I can't believe the time, and we lost our half our audience already. I think we're gonna lose me now too. I think I'm gonna take off in a few minutes. So another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna take off, and Matt's gonna take off too, unless he wants to stay here. I don't know. So get your last questions and comments in, because we got about 5 more minutes. Again, I don't have anything to add at this point.
No, me neither.
I am looking forward to the fact that the season's around the corner because things will be happening.
I'm going to be totally honest. This week I've been like full-fledged football mode.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Hockey mode. I'm always in hockey mode, but like, just because like college football starts this weekend, and my first fantasy draft was this week. My second one's next week. Like, I've been in like full-fledged football mode.
I feel for you guys that have too many sports that you follow and can't concentrate on hockey. I feel for you.
I still concentrate on hockey.
I'm just bugging you. Nathan says, Rick, the
soccer.
What?
Oh, the Premier League started too. So.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm telling you, you're spread too thin.
Shut up.
Does Quintana look like a future power forward in top 6 or bottom 6 and
Not really a
play
power.
3? I didn't see him enough. No, he's not top 6. I don't see him as top 6. He's not a
bottom
kid.
6 guy.
No, but he's not a kid, and he's in his mid-20s. A little higher.
Yeah, I mean, he's not.
He is who he is already. I don't think.
But like, I don't know if I see him as a power forward though.
I don't see him as that
because he didn't. Because I watched him at UMass Lowell when I was there, and he wasn't really much of a power forward. Like he played like one, but that wasn't really his game. Like he was. I mean, he was kind of everywhere. But yeah, with our team right now, maybe bottom 6, but
he doesn't crack the lineup if you ask me. And I don't know that he's a regular NHLer. Who threw who under the bus? Who threw him under the bus? Arbor, we're talking about. I just think he is the type of player that other teams will covet. Yeah, but just because another team covets your player, you don't have to trade them. That's what I'm saying. Well, that will leave for Hughes down the road. He says if Hughes wants a certain piece and the asking price is Arbor, you negotiate for someone else. Do you keep Harris or Jack-Eye as your third left defenseman? But Giselle, don't you hear what we're talking about? I'm keeping. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, Harris can play the other side though. Harris can
play both sides. So I play him on the right.
You keep the bottom pair and another guy, so the bottom 3 of the 7 defensemen, and you rotate them. Is Beck making the team out of camp this year? I kind of think so. I think with the injury or the recovery still of Christian Dvorak, he's going to miss the first 2-3 weeks. I think that's a perfect time to have Beck come make the team. As long as he has that kind of camp like he had last year, he was the last cut. I think, you give him his 9 games.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, to me, I think of all the young kids that have a chance to break camp, to me, it's one or both of Joshua and Owen Beck.
I think Beck has the best chance.
I think so because obviously
because of the Dvorak.
Short, but to me, those 2 guys I think are at least the most ready to break camp.
Well, I say, listen, if Beck has a great camp, and they only going to bring in one of the kids, and Joshua Roy gets that call, you can imagine how Joshua Roy looks. He's going to have if he gets the call over Beck, I could just imagine what kind of camp he had. So I think Beck has just got the best chance because of Devo being out. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think with Beck, it's either you play him here in Montreal or he goes back to junior. And when if he doesn't make the team out of camp, he goes back to junior and he's got to stay there all season through the playoffs. He can't be called up unless it's an emergency basis. Mm-hmm. And even then, for a game, that's it. So, I think if he's looking that good, I think he stays with the team for at least that 9-game look. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to get another opportunity this season to do that with him.
No, I agree.
So I think there's a lot of things that kind of sort of conspire for it to be Beck. Now, if they have room and they bring in 2 guys, it could be Joshua Roy, but you're kind of counting out Jesse Alonen. They got to make room for Raphael Harvey-Pinard. So there's spots that that they need open that they don't have enough of them open yet. So
yeah, I don't know. To me, and this isn't anything against Alonen, but to me, I think I would take Joshua over Jesse Alonen. I think Wa's a better player. I think he's a more complete player. Like I think Joshua just brings more to the table. So if say it comes down to the 2 of them, I would take Joshua. But
it might be listen, if you're looking at Ulanen, who you're kind of out of options in a way with, right? And if you think that Ulanen had a really good camp, maybe Joshua Roy didn't impress as much as you'd like. Send him to Laval. Let him get him some seasoning there, which is what I think is going to happen. Give Ullinen the chance, even if it's just to showcase him a bit in the hopes of being able to move him. Right? But Ullinen kind of needs to make the team, or you got to move him somewhere. That's what I think. So, and he was here last year for 30 games or something like that. So I think Ullinen might have an edge that way over a Josh.
No, he certainly could. Like I said, nothing against Ullinen. Like I like Ullinen, but like I said, I think if we're they come to the situation where like Ullinen, if they have multiple 2 or 3 guys that really have like an insane camp, to me, I think Josh Waugh is just the better pick between him and Ullinen. But again,
it depends. It really depends. That's going to be a coaching staff thing, and I could see it going to Ullinen first, and then Josh Waugh gets a call up after.
Well, maybe.
Which is how I have it in my score. I have that way, that he gets called up. But I thought about you and what you'd think about that the whole time I was doing that.
Just gonna say, you just love pushing my fucking buttons.
Here's a question for you, dude. BL says, did Putin have that plane shot down?
Oh yeah, no, there's video of it. You can see the rocket go up. The plane.
I only saw the plane coming down. I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a video. You can see the trail too. It was shot down.
And the only reason that they had to shoot it down was because they couldn't fit the guy through the window of the plane.
You stole that
they
from
had
me
to
too.
shoot it down.
Now he's stealing my jokes.
Wow, listen, I can't write all my own jokes. And also, by the way, the guy that got shot down, don't lose any sleep over that guy.
No,
he's an evil piece of shit too. So, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that.
No, me neither.
Gislaine agrees with me. He thinks
his second in command, I guess, is on the plane too.
Yeah, top 3, I think. No.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he didn't like the fact that they stood up to him. Just one last thing about Putin. Did you see the video that they think was his doppelganger?
No.
His double? He's writing at a table or a desk, whatever, and then he looks at his left hand for the time. Obviously, he's looking at the time. He wears his watch on the right hand. Putin wears it on the right. It didn't look like a natural thing on his right hand. I have to admit, it did not look like it, but it looked like Putin. Like I was looking to see anything that would say, oh, it's not really Putin. Look, there's a difference. It didn't, but something weird happened if you didn't see that video. So maybe Putin's dead and they're propping him up with a fake Putin. Last comment. Like Stéphane Lebeau for a short time. Joshua Waugh, have him be an all-star in AHL would make him very good in Montreal, like Stéphane Lebeau for a short time. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing if Joshua Waugh goes to Laval. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No. Me neither. I just
well, you made a prediction though that he wins the Calder Trophy. So yeah, you need him to make it out of camp.
No, I know. Hey, it was what bold predictions.
Hey, listen,
I see big things for the kid, man. I think
he's going to be a
I think he's a fantastic hockey player. I think he's going to surprise us.
Well, we'll find out in about a month. Ullinen would be a good trade piece. I think you see how he plays this year, and then if there's guys behind him that you want in the lineup, then you play him and then move him. If you're around the 20 game mark, there's usually some trades happening then. Nathan, we're not getting Heiskanen in Montreal. BL says Calder Trophy, $100 on Bedard.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a given that Connor Bedard's going to win the Calder.
I don't, and that's just my stupid, bold Josh Waugh prediction. Like aside,
no, it's not a stupid prediction. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think Bedard's going to win the Calder necessarily. He's on a shitty team, so you got to.
He's gonna have to like will that team.
Like really, I don't know that he'll be Calder. Like he could have an okay first season, based on the fact that he doesn't have much support around him. We'll see. So I wouldn't bet on it. I'm not a betting guy anyway, but I wouldn't bet on that.
You know what's actually funny?
He also says take the bet then, Matt.
I'll put $10 on Joshua. His odds are probably astronomical.
The bet's 100, man. Put your money where your mouth is, or no, just joking.
What did I say? DraftKings had Caulfield's over under for goals at 30. I was like, all right, how much money in my bank account I can
over.
I was like, over. Everything on the over.
He had 26 in 46 games. He was 4 away from that in 46 games.
Yeah.
He's going to be better this year. You got to figure he's going to be better. He's going to grow and be better.
That was one of those that's one of those easy bets where you could just put the house on the over and you just know you're going to be swimming in cash.
Pretty much. Joe agrees, doesn't think Bedard would win the Calder. I'm not saying he's not going to win the Calder. I'm just saying I don't think it's a given that he will.
You know what? BL, I'll take your bet. I'm going to put the channel on Joshua winning the Calder.
You're going to put what?
The YouTube channel on Joshua. I'm going to put Talking Habs on Joshua winning the Calder.
Well, first of all, Talking Habs is not yours. Definitely not yours yet to bet. I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. You could bet like that. But Daniel Ronick did not win it.
Hey, Matt, why can't I get into the YouTube channel anymore? You might want to talk to BL.
Nathan has 46 goals for Caulfield this season.
I think he's somewhere in the 40 to 50 range. It wouldn't shock me if he hits 50. Rick and I are gonna lose it on stream. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. BL says, make it 25, Matt. You get Raw, he gets Bedard, anybody else is a push. Joe, well, obviously, if it's somebody else, the bet's off. Caulfield looks bigger in the arms. Caulfield is a strong kid. I got to tell you, his legs are incredibly, just because of the size doesn't mean they got small muscles. Philip Mayshard, did you see his legs?
Oh, yeah, tree trunks.
He's got the most amazing big legs, and he's a small guy. He's only 5'9", I think, Mayshard. So, yeah.
Lane Hudson's the same way.
Caulfield.
Lane Hudson put on like 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, and Caulfield, too. Caulfield's really strong in the legs, and I've heard that he's a strong kid. He's not weak, and that's why he can take the hits, right? Because he's got that muscle. It's hard to push him over, like that kind of thing. So,
and if he put on more muscle too, especially in the upper body, it'll help his shoulder because it'll insulate that more. It'll kind of secure that joint a lot more.
And I heard that his girlfriend wants him to put a little more muscle on. No. Beal says 25 American, but that's like 1,400 Canadian. Yeah, pretty much. Mark Recchi was a speedy tank his whole career. Speedy tank? He wasn't a big... Wait, to say tank, he wasn't a big player. He was maybe fast, but he wasn't... To call him a tank, it implies a bigger player, but Recchi was not hugely big.
Big Bird was built like a tank.
But I mean, he wasn't like, I don't know, was he over 6 feet? Recchi, I don't even think he was.
I was talking about Big Bird, Larry Robinson.
Oh,
you saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
I love that story too. You're like, yeah, I delivered a pizza and I was up here and he was down here and I still went, aye.
Giselle says, can you imagine if Caulfield scores more goals than Austin Matthews? Everybody in Toronto will freak out. Well, what did Matthews get last season? I don't think Matthews got 50, did he?
I don't think so, no.
So it's possible that Caulfield could get more than Matthews. I think Caulfield's a better goal scorer than Matthews. That's me.
I think so.
Recchi's got thick thighs. Good for Recchi. Small, muscly, and very fast. That reminds me of a creature I love. Wombats. Wombats are small, muscly, and fast. Yeah, we don't get too many wombats over here.
Oh, yeah. Austin Matthews only put up 40 goals.
He got 40 last season. Caulfield had a full season, would have beat him last season.
Oh God!
Admitted that's an off season for Matthews, but maybe it's not. Maybe the year before when he got 60 whatever, maybe that was the off season, and that's not his normal.
Well, he went from 41 to 60 back to 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went from 61, but maybe that 61 is not the every year. That's not going to be every year, but more like 40 is every year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on his hockey reference right now, and I mean that 41 was in 52 games, but if you look at the year before, 47 and 70, 37 and 68, I mean his average is probably around 40, 41, 42.
Well, there you go. So and Duff says, why call you Duff this time? BL says, come on, Rick, Caulfield a better goal scorer than Matthews? Come on. I'm 100% serious. 100% serious. I don't buy into the Austin Matthews hype. Leafs fans better hope that Matthews can win a cup or it would be all for nothing. Yeah, so all for nothing. Isn't that what that show after they lost to us in 2021, they did that TV show thing? Wasn't that what it's called? Mm-hmm. All for nothing, or was it all or nothing? That's
all or nothing.
Well, there you go. It's close enough.
So I just pulled up Cole Caulfield's hockey reference. Last season, those 26 goals in 46 games. Year before, in 20 more games played, he put up 23.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
but Caulfield, you know that he's going to score more. That's it. Right.
But that's what I mean. Caulfield scored 3 more goals in 20 less games. Like, I mean, he probably would have beat Matthews by 4 or 5 goals, maybe even 6.
If Caulfield was healthy all year,
yeah,
he would have beat Matthews by maybe as many as 10. If he had 50. Caulfield is, at the very least, as good a goal scorer as Austin Matthews. I believe he's a better one. Because I also believe that he's going to give you a steady stream of goals every year, and he won't have those. I don't think he's going to have those big up and downs like here, Matthews, a 21 goal difference between one season to the next. I don't think you'll see that from Caulfield. Now, that's a prediction, and it's my feeling, and it's not played out, but that's how I feel. Kaprizov may score more than Austin. Well, if Austin scores 40 goals, other players, there's going to be many other players score more than him. So it's not, I mean, if Caulfield scores more, it's, how odd is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a leap to think that. All right, we're going to take off here.
No.
Matthews, like him or not, is an elite goal scorer. What do you think Caulfield's going to be? Maybe already is an elite goal scorer. So at worst, they're the same. I just think Caulfield's going to produce more. Why? Because Caulfield is the real deal as far as here in the hands, everything about a hockey player, Caulfield is. Austin Matthews is not. Hell, Caulfield will go in the freaking corners.
Yeah. Caulfield gets physical.
Right. Matthews won't. Well, he'll get physical just to start it off, and then he calls in his buddy to finish it off. Can you tell I hate that guy?
Oh. The other thing, too, is, right, like, if you look at the way they both play, Austin Matthews does a lot of his goal scoring himself. Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki just have that sick chemistry where, like, yeah, Cole Caulfield does score a lot of goals, like, just himself, just because he's that good. But, like, the two of them are so good, Caulfield can just get right where he wants to, and Suzuki will find him and bing.
Yep. Do you believe people want to see Caulfield play with Doc? And I don't understand why.
Oh,
like,
so
why?
dumb.
Why would you want that chemistry between Nick and Cole to change? Like, I don't get it.
No, Caulfield and Suzuki are on the first pair for the next decade, or that first line. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's your elite goal scorer. That's your elite top 1C. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Period. End of story. We're done. That's it. I will not hear any other arguments.
There you go. And on that note, guess what? We are done for the Wednesday night show. Yeah, it's already after 10. It means we're here a little too long. Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate it a lot. Look for my scoring prediction video coming out tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Hopefully I don't get too many comments about what an idiot I am because you don't agree with those numbers that I'm putting up there. But let me know when you do watch it in a comment what you thought about it. And that's it. I'll be back on Saturday for Saturday Hockey Talk and other things. I don't know what's coming up tomorrow except my scoring video. And I don't know what I'm working on next, so I can't tell you. And that's it. I'll stop babbling now. Thanks for being here. Till next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. Matt's going to say goodnight, and then we're going to go.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for being with us.
Have a good night. Ciao, everybody.